Supervisor Paul Biane and Challenger Janice Rutherford spoke to ROTW News about unemployment and home ownership issues and their impact on the November 2nd election. With the county's unemployment level exceeding 15%, what can the county do to help create or help find jobs for its residents?
Well, the county's been very active in trying to support businesses and to help those that are looking for work over the past year. One of the things that I think proudly I can point towards is that the county was granted through its workforce investment board almost $17 million of ARA funding. So this was federal funding to try to support job training. Almost 18,000 people have taken advantage of that training here in San Bernardino County. Many of them have now found jobs, but also there's a lot of young people that are still entering the workforce, even in this down economy. And the first question is always asked, do you have any work experience? And so we've been able to actually give some of those that are seeking jobs to be able to walk in the door, know how to fill out a resume, know how to handle an interview, and then actually say yes, that I've had some job experience. But one of the other things that the county's been very hard at work on is we have business resource centers. There's one in Rancho Cucamonga serving the West End, there's one in San Bernardino, and one also in Victorville. And these business resource centers also offer consulting to businesses, small businesses. I can say in Rancho Cucamonga we've helped over 120 businesses that have come in. There's certain things that come up in a small business person's life that they may not be prepared for. A wrongful termination lawsuit could cost a small business almost $200,000. So to be able to give that training so that that person knows how to handle that, because that $200,000 hit may put somebody out of business. So there are certain things that the county's been doing with state and federal dollars to try to actually maintain as best we can the employment rate that we have now, which I think is 14.8, which has bounced in between 14 and 15 for some time. And I think it's going to take a couple years for us to get that down. But also our economy has so been dependent on the new home construction industry. And until that comes back, I don't see us dropping much below 10% until we see that industry come back. But in the long run, we have to look to try to be less dependent on that particular industry. But in the short run, we have to support it and try to put more infrastructure in place that will help attract more high-paying jobs that aren't construction, new home construction contingent.
Home foreclosures in the 2nd District, including the mountain area, continue to impact the real estate industry and the real estate market. What can the county do to help keep the American dream of owning a home alive?
Well, I'm really proud of something that I've been behind. I'm actually chairman of the Inland Empire Economic Recovery Corporation. This was basically something that I had come up with, looking at what the county has done in the past, trying to fight the foreclosure crisis, which just wasn't enough. So I single-handedly put together a company that actually went out and actually is providing foreclosure prevention seminars. We've been doing this for a couple of years now. It actually gained the support of Sandbag, the county COG, the Council of Governments, to actually support financially funding towards the Inland Empire Economic Recovery Corporation. And then we've been actually out there buying homes in the most challenged neighborhoods. We've not tried to cherry pick, if you will, homes that actually the private market will take care of as they go through the foreclosure process. But some of those that are really in jeopardy, if we're not going through and rehabbing a home and making it the best home on the block, to actually maintain those home values, to save neighborhoods and keep that neighborhood pride of ownership, and not letting investors drive down the price of homes or putting renters into homes. So I think I've played a big role as far as what the County of San Bernardino has done. Again, helping thousands of people through the process of saving their homes, and those that actually are not qualified to save their homes, try to find them a way to back towards home ownership. And so we're going to continue to do that for the next couple of years. I've always said, when I started the Inland Empire Economic Recovery Corporation with the idea of going out of business in 5 years, so we're hoping that we cycle through those foreclosures and we can get back to letting the private sector take care of really where the private sector should be, in maintaining a fluid real estate market that buyer and seller will dictate price and demand for homes.
Unemployment is a tough challenge. If government could create jobs, we wouldn't have any unemployment. The biggest thing that government can do is help businesses and partner with them. What I hear from businesses in our county is they need a couple things. First, they want to make sure they have a government and elected officials that they can trust, that aren't going to bring embarrassment to the county, and that aren't going to create clouds of ethical scandals that businesses then think create a bad image for them if they locate here. And secondly, the county can help cut the red tape. People who are trying to get permits say it's taking 6 months or more, and they're concerned that the bureaucrats don't understand their needs as business people, and the longer the government takes to do its side of approving a new business or a new development, the longer it takes to get private sector people working. So we really have to figure out where the roadblocks are. I want ideas from individuals who've been through the process, who have had to deal with county government, to let me know how the county can improve its customer service and do a better job of delivering what government does better and quicker so that business can get back to business.
Home foreclosures in the 2nd District, including here in the mountain area, continue to impact the real estate market. What can the county do to help keep the American dream of home ownership alive?
Again, if government alone could solve the foreclosure problem, we wouldn't have any foreclosed homes. This is a widespread global economic crisis we're going through. But where government has the ability to assist, it can, and it can in these ways. With foreclosed homes, often it's a bank-owned property or a absentee landlord or absentee owner who's not caring for the property. That brings down property values in the rest of the neighborhood because we all want to be next door to homes that are well kept, that have landscaping maintained, that don't have broken windows and that sort of thing. So government needs to send code enforcement and building and safety out to make sure that the properties are safe and well maintained, and then to do the job of getting these owners and these banks to take care of their property and to pay for the services that government is forced to render to those properties. There's also a role for government with some of the federal stimulus money that's come down to purchase, rehab, and resell those properties to actual homeowners, not investors, but homeowners who are going to live in and be part of the neighborhood, because those are the folks who are going to be committed to improving our neighborhoods.
Tomorrow, Supervisor Paul Biane and Challenger Janice Rutherford discuss tourism, self-government, and public works issues. For ROTW News, Michael P. Neufeld reporting from Crestline, Lake Gregory.